Welcome to St. Petersburg, Florida. Beautiful day outside. We welcome you inside Tropicana Field for Game 3 of the 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays. Welcome inside the broadcast booth, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo along with Jerry Remy. Welcome to Red Sox baseball. Well, the long-awaited return today of the Red Sox starting pitcher, Justin Masterson, who gets the start today for Boston.
Well, it's been a long time for Masterson since he's been in the starting rotation. You've got to go back to May to when he made his last start for the Red Sox. And before going on the DL with shoulder tendonitis, 7 starts, a 2-2 record, a 6.37 ERA. He was walking a lot of guys, 19 walks and 24 strikeouts on opponents, hitting .286 against Masterson.
Brought to you by Coors Light, cold hard facts.
You know, Don, I feel really that he's kind of pitching on a short leash. I think, they're going to give him a couple of starts and see how he does in the starting rotation. If things go well, he'll probably stay there. If they don't go well, I think they're going to go back to the minor leagues to find somebody for that spot in the rotation and maybe move Masterson to the bullpen. That's one thing they considered, but they decided to give him another start or another 2 starts to see how he does.
Tall task today for the Red Sox, too. They go up against the Rays ace and Chris Archer. We're back with more as Masterson gets ready to make the start after this. Experience new Audi A3 today. Dunkin' Donuts, America runs on Dunkin'. Toyota's website for deals via Toyota.com. DraftKings, the official daily fantasy partner of your Boston Red Sox. Nissan gets a Nissan's right of your life for exciting performance and bonus cash. ShopChooseNissan.com. Sullivan Tire and Auto Service, thank you New England for 60 great years. And by Southwest Airlines, book your low fare now at Southwest.com. Welcome back to beautiful St. Petersburg, Florida, as the Red Sox and Rays get ready for Game 3 of the series. Welcome inside the broadcast booth once again, everybody. I'm Don Orsillo. Well, Hanley Ramirez got hit on the hand on Wednesday and has not played since for the Red Sox. It did not appear that he was going to be headed on the DL as they waited for him to get better. With more on this, we check in with Garen Austin. Garen?
Thanks, Don. Some bad news today as manager John Farrell said that Hanley Ramirez is experiencing some soreness and he is headed back to Boston to undergo more testing.
He's still feeling some discomfort both in the hand where he got hit. He's actually going to return to Boston today to get further studies performed. And I think at this time tomorrow we'll get a better read on his roster status and exactly if there's anything in addition to what was determined with the CAT scan and the X-ray. So unfortunately he's not progressing as we anticipated, particularly over the last 24-48 hours.
Certainly not good news for Hanley Ramirez or the Red Sox. Red Sox going to try to win this series against the Rays. We're back with the first pitch right after this. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Welcome back to St. Petersburg, Florida, and Tropicana Field, the site of Game 3 of this 3-game series between the Red Sox and the Tampa Bay Rays. As the Red Sox here with a chance to win this series today, as they won Game 1 in dramatic fashion in extra innings. And today it is Justin Masterson who gets the start for the Red Sox. Long-awaited return, has not pitched since May the 12th, and always gets a lot of love from his teammates as he comes in from his warm-up. And generally, a lot of hugs going on here for Justin Masterson on a daily basis, Jerry.
Well, you got to think that this guy's fired up. I mean, he hasn't pitched in a big league game since May, so he can't wait to get out there, and his teammates showing him some support as he walks through that Red Sox dugout. A lot of support.
Now the Rays take the field, and as they do, let's check out the visiting Red Sox starting lineup. It's brought to you by your Eastern Hyundai dealers. Mookie Betts leading it off and in center field for the Red Sox with Brock Holt at second base. Xander Bogaerts, the shortstop, in the 3 spot with David Ortiz, the DH. Pablo Sandoval at third base with Mike Napoli at first base batting 6th. Alejandro De Aza in left field bats 7th. Blake Swihart does the catching, and then Jackie Bradley Jr. is in right field. He bats 9th. The Rays starting pitchers presented by your New England Nissan dealers. The ace of the Rays, Chris Archer, makes his 17th start of the year, 9-4 with a 2.01 earned run average, 123 strikeouts to 24 walks, and opponents hitting under 200 against Archer at 198. He's had some tough numbers though against the Red Sox. In 8 career starts, he is 1-5 with a 5.18 earned run average.
Now, the Rays defense is brought to you by DraftKings, and they are 3rd in the American League with only 36 errors on the season. Evan Longoria will be at third base as Trubel Cabrera, the shortstop, Logan Forsythe at second, and Mark Krause, the first baseman. Left to right, David DeJesus, Brandon Guyer, and Steven Souza Jr., and Rene Rivera doing the catching for Chris Archer.
Today's umpires are brought to you by Buick. Experience the new Buick lineup during this year's Sign and Drive. See your Buick dealer today. Now the plate, Trip Gibson today calling the balls and strikes with Mark Carlson at first base, Brian Gorman at second base, and Adam Hamari is the umpire at third. Where available, this telecast can be heard in Spanish by selecting the SAP button on your television remote. SAP is presented by Diplomatico Rum. Enjoy the game.
Buenas tardes, amigos.
Now the Ray tank here at Tropicana Field as Chris Archer is ready to work to Mookie Betts and leads it off for the Red Sox. The last game of this first leg of a 2-city tour for the Red Sox, beginning here in St. Petersburg, and after the game the Red Sox will travel to Toronto. First pitch of this one is going to miss high for ball 1. Now Mookie Betts checks in, hitting at .271 on the year, 8 homers and 34 runs batted in. And a 13-game hitting streak come to an end here yesterday as he lines this one foul down towards the bullpen.
You know, the 3 pitches that the Red Sox will have to deal with from Archer: the fastball, which has very good velocity, a nasty slider that he throws a lot, and a changeup. Matter of fact, he throws that slider almost 40% of the time.
Well, Betts with a swing and a miss, down 1-2. Well, last year for Mookie Betts, able to take Chris Archer deep in a ball game right here at Tropicana Field. One thing the Rays worry about with Chris Archer is that he sometimes overthrows when facing the Red Sox for whatever reason. This is in the air to right field, sending Souza Jr. back, and he'll make the catch for the first out here, the first inning.
And that's the slider we were talking about right there. He gets ahead of Mookie Betts, and he goes to the breaking ball away and gets the fly ball out to right field. One of the best sliders of the game of baseball right now. Starts it out over the middle of the plate and finishes outside.
Pretty tight, pretty hard, 88 miles an hour. And a fly ball to right field off the bat of Betts, and here is Brock Holt. Holt at .295 to start the day, 2 homers and 20 runs batted in for Brock. This man starting every day at second base in the absence of Dustin Pedroia. Got his third game-winning RBI of the season on Friday night, driving in Mookie Betts with a single in the 10th inning. So far 2 for 8 in the series against the Rays. And he takes the strike, 2-1. Fouled off to the left, out of play.
You're facing a guy like Archer. If you get base runners, you've got to try different things. You've got to try to steal some bases, hit and run, because you're not likely to score a lot of runs in a game off him. So you got to kind of make things happen, or try to make things happen when you got a guy this hot on the mound.
Swing and a miss, and he strikes out Brock Holt. There's the first strikeout for Archer. 2 outs in the inning.
And there's the slider again. So the first 2 outs of the ball game coming on his best pitch, the slider. Going down and in this time to Brock Holt.
Now 2 down in the inning for Xander Bogaerts. And a swing and a miss for strike 1 at 95 at the top of the zone. Xander at 291 to start the day with 3 homers and 31 runs driven in. 2 for 9 so far in the series. Fouls it off down the right field line, out of play.
I walked into the ballpark today behind Archer. Very tall, very thin, and he generates an awful lot of velocity out of that slight frame, but he is tall. I guess he's somewhere around 6'3", 6'4".
6'3".
I was close. 6'3".
Only listed 190 pounds, though, as the pitch will miss to Xander Bogaerts. One-two to Xander. And did he go? They'll check. Yes, he did. He's rung up by Mark Carlson. First base umpires. Bogaerts gets the bad news. Back-to-back strikeouts for Archer. The Rays are coming up. We head to the bottom of the first inning back in St. Petersburg. Red Sox starting pitcher presented by your local New England Audi dealers. The return for Justin Masterson, his 8th start of the year, 2-2. First start since May the 12th. And a ground ball base hit with a shift on into left field as Drupal Cabrera jumping on the first pitch. Got himself a base hit to start the bottom of the first inning. Career against Tampa Bay, 15 total games, 11 starts, just 2-8 for Masterson with a 6.93 earned run average. Rays hitting at 300 against Masterson, and base hit here for Cabrera to start the ball game. And there is Grady Sizemore. Sizemore this year with the Phillies before being DFA'd, 39 games, 245. Of course, finished last year with Philadelphia after beginning last year as a member of the Red Sox. "32-year-old called up. Matt Andrews, who we saw pitch yesterday, was returned to AAA Durham. That's a tough assignment. You give up one hit to the Red Sox.
Yeah, I do have a sense, though, unless they've got guys coming off the disabled list in the pitching staff, that he'll be back very soon.
And they do have some guys coming off in the very near future. They have Moore coming back into the rotation, and Odorizzi will be returning as well.
Right.
This is outside, and it's a ball and 2 strikes.
Second time that Masterson has faced Tampa this year. He one game against them. He's 0-1, 4 in the third inning, 7 hits and 4 earned runs against the Rays earlier this season.
Shift on, but Pablo Sandoval is in the second base spot, and there goes the runner. Pitches inside, the throw down, and covering is Bogaerts for the out. They catch him trying to steal. So Cabrera caught stealing.
Now Swihart came into the game at 25% as far as throwing out runners, and that is going up and up. He's getting much more comfortable behind the plate. Now that's not an easy pitch because he's got to reach across his body and then make that throw to second base. So very nice play by Swihart.
1 out for Grady Sizemore here, looking at ball 3. Sizemore, the 46th different player used this season, extending a club record by the Rays before the All-Star break. Former record was 43. Is down the line at first. Napoli's got a little bobble, but Masterson is there to cover for the out, and there are 2 outs here in the first inning. Let's check out the Rays starting lineup. It's brought to you by our New England Chevy dealers. As Drupal Cabrera at shortstop with Grady Sizemore the DH today. Evan Longoria at third base. David DeJesus in left field with Logan Forsythe at second base. Steven Souza Jr. in right bat sixth. Mark Krause, who came over from the Angels, is at first base with Brandon Guyer in center. And Rene Rivera does the catching and bats ninth. 2 down here in the first inning for Evan Longoria, who takes strike 1. 280 start to the day for Longoria. 8 homers and 34 runs batted in.
And very good numbers against Masterson. 320 in his career with 2 home runs.
And a base hit through the right side into right field.
Now the Red Sox defense is brought to you by Southwest Airlines. They are 8th in the league with 44 errors on the season. Pablo Sandoval at third base, Xander Bogaerts the shortstop, Brock Holt at second, and Mike Napoli the first baseman. Left to right, Alejandro De Aza, Mookie Betts, and Jackie Bradley Jr., and Blake Swihart doing the catching for Masterson.
2 outs, a runner at first base for David DeJesus. Longoria held on over there by Napoli. DeJesus at 279 coming in. 5 homers, 24 runs batted in. Hitless in his last 15 at bats. Got the start yesterday in left field against Wade Miley, his first start against a left-handed pitcher since August of 2013. Generally does not start a game when a lefty is in there, but did yesterday and did not get a hit.
And they've been trying to get some guys some time off. Kiermaier, for one, getting a couple of days off because of some soreness throughout his body. And the guy that plays the game so hard every day needs a couple of down days.
Swing and a miss. A little tardy on that cut for DeJesus. Bats with 2 outs. Longoria at first base, held on by Napoli. On the ground, right side. Brock Holt at second base. Takes care of DeJesus, and that takes care of the Rays in the first. Through one, no score from St. Pete. The Red Sox and the Rays. As David Ortiz batting here. This youngster trying to get a good shot of Big Poppy as Ortiz stands in. And he sends one foul off to the left out of play for strike one.
Well, if they're still trying to come in, there's plenty of seats available, that's for sure.
Well, they're just late arriving, Jerry. That's what's going on. Ortiz, Sandoval, and Napoli to bat in the inning.
No love lost between these two guys, Archer and Ortiz. Ortiz sent him for a home run and kind of flipped the bat, and Archer didn't appreciate that. Called out David on it.
Swing and a miss, and it's 1-2 is the home run you mentioned. I didn't think the bat flip was that egregious when you look at some of the other bat flips that David Ortiz has had over the years.
Yeah, it's kind of normal for him.
Yeah.
But Archer, following David Price, said that it was uncalled for and it was not professional. And so, needless to say, that's something neither player forgets.
2-2 pitch coming up here to David Ortiz. And that is very close. Archer wanted it and could have gotten it.
Yeah, and if he gets that pitch, really, you have no argument. I mean, because, some of this baseball does have part of the outside corner. That's the slider again.
So payoff pitch here to David Ortiz leading off the second inning. And David grounds into the shift. Forsythe and short right field. Throws out David for the first out of the second inning. It's time for today's Twisted But True Fact. The Rays rotation owns a 3.05 ERA, which is the best in the American League, despite having 4 starting pitchers on the DL. Jake Odorizzi, Matt Moore, Alex Cobb, and Drew Smiley. Twisted Tea is the hard iced tea that tastes like real iced tea. Be a little twisted. That is amazing. Now David Ortiz grounding out for the first out here of the second inning and brings up Pablo Sandoval.
Yeah, you talk about depth in the pitching staff. These Tampa Bay Rays certainly have that. That's amazing, as you said, Don, to have that many guys on the table as starting pitchers and still do what they're doing.
It's amazing how they have been able to draft and then develop these pitchers year after year after year. See where they rank. In the air down the left field line. This one is headed towards the pole and is a fair ball for a home run. Right down the line and gone for Pablo Sandoval. Gets his 7th of the year, and the Red Sox take a 1-0 lead.
Now Sandoval with a bit of a late swing on the fastball that time from Archer, going to the opposite field and wrapping it around that left field foul pole. Hard to tell if that was the fastball or the changeup. Looked like he had a changeup grip in his glove, unless he changed it at the last minute. I got to tell you, from my vantage, wow, it is very hard to tell if it's fair or foul down that left field line.
Even on the replay, it almost looks like it goes foul.
Yeah.
Now the Red Sox taking the 1-0 advantage, and Napoli will take a pitch low. For every home run the Red Sox hit the rest of the season, Alltown will donate $500 to the Boston Children's Hospital. Alltown is New England's premier healthier convenience retailer.
For Archer, that's the 7th home run he's allowed so far this season.
He'd retired the first 4 Red Sox he faced in the game prior to that home run. Now Napoli carves it foul to the screen. Archer with a 95-mile-an-hour fastball. Napoli at 203, 10 homers and 29 runs batted in. 1 for 5 so far in the series. And a full count now. That one missing at 97. Strike 3 call. Napoli's not pleased. Grabs that outside corner, and Mike's going to say some stuff to Tripp Gibson before he departs here with out number 2. And he's gone. He's been ejected. And the frustration boiling over for Napoli in that outside corner that has continued all year. And it comes to a head here as he has been ejected by Tripp Gibson.
Well, I don't know what Napoli said, but that was an awful quick ejection. Now, Napoli upset, obviously, with the pitch. The pitch was very close. Could have been a strike, could have been a ball. It's one that's been wearing him out all season long. And, you know, to me, I don't know what Napoli said, but it didn't take very much to get him thrown out of the ball game. We'll take another look at the pitch. It's a slider away from Napoli, and I think it does get part of the strike zone. I think frustration sets in with Napoli. As you can see, the breaking ball there, and it does have a piece of the outside part of the plate, which has been being called against him. He's sick of it. He thinks he has a walk. He starts to walk away, and I don't know what he said after that, but that was a very quick ejection, and especially walking away from the umpire.
So the ejection of Mike Napoli with 2 outs, and it is now Alejandro De Aza. And De Aza sends one to deep right field. Back goes Souza Jr. at the wall. That ball is gone. De Aza with a home run to right field has put the Red Sox on top 2-0. 6th home run of the year, and all of a sudden he's found his power stroke. Red Sox lead it 2-0.
And De Aza, as you mentioned, now with 6th on the season. He's had a home run in the past against Archer. Now he has his 2nd career home run. Another look at the pitch. It looks like a changeup at 85 that Diaz is able to pull for the home run. Stayed out over the plate. It was down in the strike zone, but out over the plate.
Now a strike on the corner to Blake Swihart. So 2 home runs in the inning for the Red Sox, both solo shots. Nine of the last 13 hits have been for extra base hits for Diaza. That one by Swihart quickly at 95 miles an hour. Well, Diaza, who hit a home run yesterday, solo shot in the 8th, has homered today for the Red Sox here in the 2nd inning.
And a good time for Diaz to get hot, especially with Hanley Ramirez out of the Red Sox lineup.
This one fouled back to the screen. Interesting to see what the Red Sox do with the first base situation when the Brock Holt moves over there now to first. Maybe we'll see Devin Marrero at second.
I think that's a pretty good chance that Don, you're going to see that. They only got Leon on the bench, so Ramirez who's not available, and Marrero.
Swing and a miss, and Swihart strikes out, but 2 solo shots in the inning for the Red Sox. Boston on top 2-0. Esurance MLB All-Star Game ballot at RedSox.com today. Make sure to vote early and often. Now Justin Masterson and the Red Sox enjoy a 2-0 lead as we head to inning number 2, bottom up. Devin Marrero making his major league debut at second base for the Red Sox, with Brock Holt now at first base. Mike Napoli ejected from the game. Logan Forsythe leading it off here in the bottom of the 2nd inning. And he gets hit with a pitch from Masterson. So lead runner on here for Tampa Bay in the 2nd inning.
Ellis ball kept tailing back inside to Forsythe. Gets him off the shoulder, it looks like. Yep, takes it right off that left shoulder and makes his way down to first base.
Lead runner on for the 2nd straight inning here for the Rays, and it brings up Steven Souza Jr. On the ground, foul towards the end of the Red Sox dugout. 221, 14 homers and 31 runs driven in for Souza. First in home runs on the Rays with his 14 home runs. Third in RBIs on the club. Hitless in his last 10 at bats. Does not have a hit in this series.
I've been watching the velocity for Masterson, and that's something that was concerning early in the season. He's been anywhere from 86 to as high as 90 with his fastball.
Strikes out Souza. First strikeout of the day for Justin Masterson.
Now that's the good sweeping breaking ball right there at 81 miles an hour as he cuts the plate on Souza Jr. He has struck out a lot of times. That's 97 strikeouts now in the season for Souza Jr. And he had no chance against that breaking ball.
1 out, 1 on, and Mark Krause the batter. Krause started in game 1 of the series after coming over from the Angels. .162 average this year between the Angels and the Rays with a home run, 6 runs batted in. This is off the glove of Swihart, and up to second base goes Forsythe. So into scoring position.
Wow, pitch from Masterson as this ball just sails on him, and Swihart goes out as far as he can, but can't catch the baseball, and in the scoring position goes Forsythe.
Runner at second, 1 down, and Mark Krause ahead in the count here, 2-0. He'll foul it off to the left out of play. Krause making his debut with the Rays on Friday night. Traded for minor league right-handed pitcher Kyle Winkler in the Rays organization, going the other way to the Angels. Spent time at first base, left field, and right field with the Angels. Has that pitch in there for a strike. Evens a count at 2-2.
That's the breaking ball there that he starts outside against the left-handed hitter, and it sweeps back in over the plate. Starting it away and bringing it back to the inside corner.
Krause has got big league time with the Houston Astros, the Angels, and now the Rays. Swing and a miss. Strikes out Krause. Back-to-back Ks for Masterson. 2 down to the inning.
Once again, it's the breaking ball. This time it starts out middle plate and comes breaking way back inside. As a matter of fact, almost hitting Krause in the leg.
Big insurance, great service, great coverage, and a great price for auto, home, or life insurance. Now Forsythe hit a batter as he is at second base now, and after the back-to-back strikeouts, here is Brandon Guyer. Guyer led off for the Rays yesterday and played in center field, back in center field today, but he bats 8th. Another day off for Kevin Kiermaier, the normal center fielder for Tampa Bay. There's a strike at the top of the zone.
That's a pitch that Masterson doesn't usually get because he's a hard sinker ball pitcher, and a lot of times that pitch up in the zone is something the umpire is not looking for. That time he does get the strike call.
His 30th pitch is a fly ball to center, and Mookie Betts has it sized up and puts it away to end the inning. So Masterson works his way around to hit batter. We're through 2-0 Boston. the lead over the Rays. Chris Archer back on the hill, and Jackie Bradley Jr. to lead it off as he takes strike one. 143 average coming in for Bradley Jr. No homers and an RBI for the Red Sox right fielder today. Archer giving up 2 home runs in the second inning. First time he's ever given up 2 home runs in an inning. Bradley fouls it off at the plate. Mookie Betts, then Brock Holt. The bat here in the top of the third inning with the Red Sox on top 2-0. Bradley will foul off another. That one glancing off the catcher Rene Rivera.
I think here's a case, Don, where Red Sox players really have to keep their cool now, regardless of what happens. The Red Sox left with only one man on the bench, and that's Sandy Leon, the catcher. Now that's easier said than done. You know, you really don't think that way when you're getting into an argument with an umpire, but you have to right now.
Full count down to Bradley Jr. A sacrifice fly on Friday night in this series. Now he lines one to right field. Souza Jr. is there to make the catch for the first out of the third inning. Well, Nesson is proud to support the National Suit Drive in July. When you make a donation of gently used professional clothing at any Men's Warehouse location, you help unemployed men and women look their best as they re-enter the workforce. Learn more at nationalsuitdrive.com. One out here in the third inning. Mookie Betts flying to right in the first inning. Second time through now for the Red Sox against Archer. Archer with 4 strikeouts through 2 1/3 innings so far. Only blemish, the 2 hits he's given up, both solo home runs. Working a little quicker than we're used to as well.
Yeah, he was one of the slowest workers in the American League last year.
On the ground down the line at third. Nice pick by Longoria. Picks himself up and he throws out the speedy Mookie Betts. Nice play by Evan Longoria.
Yeah, got breaking ball, and Longoria kind of leaning in that direction is able to make the play. You can see him right here shift to his right, and that ball hit a bullet by Betts, but Longoria there to make the play. You know, a lot of times third baseman will get the signs from the shortstop on a breaking ball. They want to know if it is an off-speed pitch so they can move a little bit closer to the line. It appeared that was the case that time with Longoria. As Drupal Cabrera, the shortstop, would be the guy to give him a vocal sign.
Two down here in the third inning. Brock Holt, a strikeout victim in the first. So he went swinging. 1 of 4 Ks today for Chris Archer. Now a foul off himself, and that is painful.
And that's been happening quite a bit to Brock Holt recently.
Trying to get the protective guard on the foot there, the right foot.
That time it looked like it got him off the right leg, lower leg.
He was limping around pretty good yesterday after, I think, getting it off the ankle or lower leg area. Down to the count, 0-2. '50th pitch for Archer. And Holt lets that one go by. 2-2. He has now started each of the last 22 games since June the 5th for the Red Sox. And he fouls it off to the left in many different capacities, too, in those games. DraftKings.com is paying out over $300 million this baseball season. DraftKings has given out $34 million to Boston residents alone since the site launched. Get your free entry into a one-day fantasy baseball contest using promo code NESSN. 2-2 pitch on the ground, right side. To the backhand goes Krause. He'll flip to Archer, who is there in time to retire Holt. In order, go the Red Sox in the third. It's 2-0 Boston. In-game pitch clock. Text 1 for yes, text 2 for no. Text your answer to 536-536. Message and data rates may apply. One message per vote. Visit NESSN.com/terms for terms and conditions and privacy policy.
I'm going to say yes.
You want to see the clock in there? They're doing it at the minor league level right now.
Right.
And I would agree. Fouled off here, and it's 0-2. We've already seen the guys that are coming up like Eduardo Rodriguez and others who are working quickly because very quick they have to at the minor league level.
And I'm saying that as an infielder, someone who backs up pitches. I couldn't stand pitches that just stood there and took forever to throw the baseball.
I wonder how Masterson felt about it in Pawtucket when rehabbing with the Paw Sox for some of the major league guys going down there now dealing with the clock. 1-2 pitch. And a swing and a miss. Able to strike out Rivera. Third K for Masterson today.
That's that sweeping breaking ball, and so far it's been very, very good for Masterson. Drops down a little bit to the side. You can see that late movement on it. Very good pitch from Justin.
One out in the third inning for Asdrubal Cabrera. Singled to left field in the first inning, but then was erased when he was caught trying to steal. Gunned down by Blake Swihart. And Masterson in between starts. Last start for the Red Sox May 12th. Made 4 starts on rehab assignment between AAA Pawtucket. Made 3 and 1 with the Portland Sea Dogs. Then strangely was given the option as to whether to go back to start again in the minor leagues or go to the Red Sox bullpen, but then opened up a spot with Joe Kelly's demotion to AAA, and now he's back in the rotation.
And as I said in the beginning, he's going to have to pitch well. I mean, he's going to have to, show that he belongs in the rotation, and they'll probably give him 2 or 3 starts. If he does pitch well, obviously he'll stay there. If he doesn't, I would expect them to move him probably to the bullpen.
Two pitch. And on the ground right side, Brock Holt will take it himself to the bag, tag it for out number 2. Let's take advantage of specially priced Red Sox student tickets. Tickets are available for every Sox game for just $9 for all students 15 and over. Visit redsox.com/students to take advantage of this great offer today. Red Sox with a 2-0 advantage here with 2 outs in the 3rd inning. And Grady Sizemore, the batter. His Rays debut today. Grounded out to first base in the 1st inning. Red Sox shifting on the right side of the infield. Sizemore has never really been able to replicate what he did with the Cleveland Indians. Series of injuries in between as well for the All-Star center fielder. Now spent 10 seasons in the major leagues between the Indians, where he was there 04 to 2011, Red Sox and the Phillies, before coming here to the Rays. Broken bat pop up that is going to fall out there in left center field. For some reason, Sandoval peeled off from his spot around second base in the shift to go to 3rd. And Bogaerts ends up running out there with the only opportunity. He was coming from the right side of the infield.
Yeah, I was surprised to see that. I thought it was going to be Sandoval that would go back and try to make a play on that because it was right in his direction. But watch him go to 3rd base, and it's Bogaerts that tries to track it down, and he's got no chance. No chance for either outfielder to get it either. So I think Sandoval might have given up his position a little bit too soon on that.
So 2 down, Sizemore at first, and Evan Longoria, the batter. He singled to right field in the 1st inning. One of a total of 3 hits in this game for the Rays off Masterson. Eight homers, 34 RBIs, a .280 average. Longoria's numbers not what they once were, but you look at this lineup and he does not have a great deal of protection. He's got Grady Sizemore hitting in front of him today and David DeJesus hitting behind him, and that's kind of the way it has been here. So if you're not going to pitch to one guy in this lineup, it's probably Evan Longoria.
No, he's the guy that in the meeting said, we're not going to let this guy beat us.
Swing and a miss. Good pitch there, and he strikes out. So there's 4 strikeouts for Masterson. We're through 3. Red Sox have a 2-0 lead. Especially when all you have to do to get $100 is open an Eastern free checking account. Learn more at easternbank.com/free checking. Chris Archer back on the mound for the 4th inning. Xander Bogaerts leading it off for Boston. And Bogaerts will crank it foul down the right field line and into the seats. Jerry, we're talking about Pablo Sandoval kind of veering off and not going after that ball that he may have been able to make the catch on, and he's taking blame for it as Xander came over to talk to him about it, and later on he would talk to Butterfield as to what happened and why he didn't go where he should have. 0-1 pitch.
Hey, can I ask you a question, Don?
Sure.
When I say Xander Bogaerts, is there something funny about that?
No.
The way I say it?
I don't think so.
Okay, I'm just curious because.
Say it again, though. Hold on. Here's a ground ball up the middle into center field. A base hit for Bogaerts to begin things here in the 4th inning. First time today the Red Sox have had the lead runner on.
Well, yesterday we were coming home from the game and we were on a bus that has a lot of fans that stay at the same hotel we are. And I had a nice lady behind me tap me on the shoulder and said, "Hey, can you say Xander Bogaerts for my son?" So I said, "Sure." And I said, "Xander Bogaerts," and they all start laughing. So I mean, am I saying it wrong?
I think you say it fine. Now, if you were to say Daniel Narver, I would say perhaps.
Daniel Narver.
Okay, well that's good. That's not how you normally say it, though.
What do I say?
Usually it's Daniel Narver.
Narver?
Yes. We are in Tampa Bay. We flew here on Delta.
I'm sitting there.
But Xander Bogaerts, no.
I'm saying, what am I laughing about?
David Ortiz leading on a 1-0, and he couldn't hold up. Now, I think you say Xander Bogaerts fine.
Yeah.
I really do. You also, was that the same family with the kid that was stepping on your foot the entire
that was
trip
a different family. Oh, that kid was jumping up and down on my ankle, on my toe. That was quite a ride home.
I didn't think you were going to make it back yesterday.
By the time we got back to the hotel, I'd had it. I mean, I'd really had it. I got people laughing at me. I got a kid jumping on my foot, my ankle, my toe. I mean, it was like the most unpleasant ride that we could possibly have back to a hotel.
That was perfect because I was on the window seat side and you were in the aisle.
Comfortable. Yeah, the air conditioning blowing on you.
This is driven to right field for Big Papi. Back goes Souza, and that ball is gone. David Ortiz with a 2-run home run off Chris Archer, and the Red Sox take a 4-0 lead. So Big Papi gets Archer again.
And David Ortiz that time gets the slider. That's the out pitch for Archer, the slider. But he leaves it out over the plate, and Ortiz with his 12th home run of the season. Oh, that's in a good hitting spot for David Ortiz. And Archer knows it right away that he did not get that ball in a spot where he wanted it. And Ortiz made him pay for it.
No bat flip either that time. David just dropped the bat.
Yeah, that's the way to do it. Drop the bat and go.
Now Sandoval with a big swing and a miss at a 95-mile-an-hour fastball.
After contact. I got it and go. Good enough.
Sandoval fouling it off to the left. So Archer giving up 3 home runs today. Solo shots for Sandoval, De Aza. 2-run shot for David Ortiz. And a swing and a miss. Sandoval chases the fastball up and away for strike 3. 5th strikeout for Chris Archer.
Quickly gets ahead of Sandoval and goes up the ladder with the fastball to get him at about 94 miles an hour.
Well, the major league debut and first major league at bat coming up for Devin Marrero.
There's that elevated fastball right there, and there's the breaking ball of David Ortiz. That was down in the zone.
First major league at bat for Devin Marrero as he takes strike 1. First round draft choice, 24th overall in 2012. See his numbers, 66 games with Pawtucket. Quickly down 0-2. Born in Miami, Florida, resides there during the offseason.
The shortstop, his normal position, of course, but at AAA moved around a little bit from third base to second base, and main position is shortstop. But right now, that position belongs to Xander Bogaerts.
Outside 2-2. Did they tell you which part of it made them laugh?
They just laughed. The whole family laughed. Father, mother, and 2 children laughing for no. And
So a foul back to the screen. 2-2.
I mean, I know I have a horrible accent.
Say it one more time. One more time.
Xander Bogaerts.
Yeah, I know. That's fine.
I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine.
Yeah, I think it's fine. I mean, I really do.
Swing and a miss, and Marrero strikes out in his first big league at bat. 6th strikeout for Archer, and there are 2 outs here in the inning.
Has the slider doing the honors that time for Archer, picking up the strikeouts. So back-to-back strikeouts, 1 on a fastball to Sandoval, and this one to Marrero on the breaking ball.
2 runs in, 2 down, and Alejandro De Aza now the batter. He's got one of the home runs today. Solo shot back in the 2nd inning off Archer. This one fouled off sharply into the seats. Well, the home run for him back in the 2nd inning off Archer. His 6th home run of the year, 18th RBI, and his 2nd home run in 2 days. '70th pitch for Archer. That's going to miss for ball 2, 2-1. And he began with Bogaerts singling, Ortiz homering, but now back-to-back strikeouts of Sandoval and Napoli. There is strike 2 to De Aza. Two is low and away, full count. On deck is Blake Swihart with 2 down here in the 4th. And a swing and a miss. De Aza strikes out. But a 2-run home run for David Ortiz has the Red Sox on top 4-0. David DeJesus leading it off here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Masterson now has a 4-0 lead thanks to the 2-run home run by David Ortiz. DeJesus grounding out to second base in the 1st inning. Now take a pitch down low. That is pitch 50 for Masterson, and evens a count at 1-1. DeJesus, Forsythe, and Souza Jr. featured here in the inning. Four strikeouts on the day for Masterson. Has not walked anybody yet. In there for a strike, and it's 2-2. Picked up the corner that time. 86 miles an hour for Masterson. Big gap out in right center field right now for DeJesus. They move Betts, the center fielder, to left center.
Yeah, with 2 outs, they make that little shift on the outfield where they move Betts to the left field side.
Get immediate care without leaving the ballpark at the Beth Israel Deaconess Medical Center First Aid Station, located behind Section 12 on the lower concourse. BIDMC is the official hospital of the Boston Red Sox. David DeJesus leading it off here in the 4th inning. 0 for 1 today. He grounded out to Brock Holt at second base in the 1st inning. Now he sends one down the left field line, and this is going to be a foul ball.
Is that tailing fastball going away from DeJesus and right toward the end of the bat.
At Eastern Bank, being first feels like $100. Just open an Eastern free checking account in the month of June and you'll get $100. Learn more at easternbank.com/free checking.
Don opened up an account about a month ago, and that $100 is now, I mean, he could retire if he wanted to. He doesn't want to, but if he could, he'd have no problem. Just $100.
It's only in the month of June, and there's only a couple days left. So you got to hurry up. Payoff pitch, grounded foul over by the Rays dugout. The Red Sox with a chance to win the series here today, and on top 4-0. Foul back to the screen against the first place Tampa Bay Rays, whose first place lead only half a game over the Yankees to begin the day. Three-two again. And that is strike three. DeJesus knew it, takes with him the 5th strikeout for Justin Masterson.
A great pitch there by Masterson as he goes inside corner with it to pick up the strikeout. The fastball cutting the plate outside to inside. I tell you, he's looked pretty sharp here early in the ball game.
Ace Ticket has the best seats at the lowest prices to all the games at Fenway, all the 200% guarantee. Right now, Ace Ticket has special savings on all Red Sox games, including the Yankees. Ace Ticket. Visit Ace Ticket or call 1-800-MY-SEATS. One out in the 4th inning. Logan Forsythe was hit by a pitch in the 2nd inning. Masterson coming in at 2-2. A 6.37 earned run average. Swing and a miss.
Well, that drop down slider has been outstanding today for Masterson. Very, very difficult on those right-handed hitters.
Had some tough numbers against the Rays in his career. Just 2-8 with a 6.93 earned run average in 15 career games. 11 starts against Tampa Bay. There's a grounder left side towards Sandoval at third base. On the run, the throw is just in time. Sandoval able to get Forsythe for the second out of the inning.
Nicely done by Sandoval at third base, because no time to waste on that particular throw, at Forsythe going down the line. He's got very good speed out of that right-handed batter's box, and the very quick release that time by Sandoval gets the man at first base. Glove the throwing hand and records the out. Nice stretch there by Holt also.
Kevin Cash was waiting to see whether or not he was going to challenge that, but got the word that their video people thought that they did get him. So no challenge, 2 down here in the 4th inning. Souza takes strike 1. It was a strikeout victim in the 2nd inning. 5 strikeouts today for Masterson.
Now I'm getting all kind of tweets down on words that I mess up. This is getting.
You opened up a can of worms here, I think, Jerry.
How about a meeker? I mean, what
a meeker. I love a meeker. This. That is 6 strikeouts for Masterson in the meeker pitch zone. It's 4-0 Red Sox. Four to nothing. Red Sox have the lead over the Tampa Bay Rays. Into the 5th inning we go. And a swing and a miss to get it started for Blake Swihart. Swihart struck out swinging first time up. Now he lines out to the first baseman, Mark Krause, for the first out here of inning number 5. Well, after the 3rd out of this inning, Adam Pellerin and Tim Wakefield will have a mid-5th studio show presented by GMC. So you want to check that out after the 3rd out of this inning. Jackie Bradley Jr. fouling the first pitch back. He lined out to the right fielder, Steven Souza Jr. in the 3rd inning. 0 for 1.
Now I get the yips. I can't talk. I can't. I'm afraid to talk. I got another one. Pedroia. What's wrong with Pedroia?
It sounds fine, I think. Yeah. Occasionally it can be Pedroia.
Dustin Pedroia.
or Pedroia.
Yeah, and I don't see what's wrong with Amica. You said Amica during the inning, and I said Amica. It sounded the same.
1-2 pitch is strike 3. Jackie Bradley Jr. becomes the 8th strikeout for Chris Archer today. 2 down here in the 5th.
And it gets the benefit of a call there because that breaking ball, the slider from Archer, looked like it was outside. But they bring up Bradley and call it strike 3. There was a breaking ball that really didn't do very much. It didn't spin very much, and they do call it a strike though on Bradley.
5 in a row now retired by Archer. 4 by way of the K. And here's Mookie Betts. Betts has fly to right, grounded out to third base, 0 for 2. Now what do you got?
Porcello.
Porcello.
I say
Rick Porcello. There's an E in there. It's not like Orsillo. It's Porcello.
I say Porcello.
That's wrong. The 0-2. Swing and a foul. Down goes Mookie Betts. Fouled it off himself.
That hurts. Looks like he got it right off the knee. Yep, right off that right knee, it looks like, and down goes Betts.
Again, the only guy on the bench right now, Sandy Leon, and Red Sox short with Hanley Ramirez leaving today to go back to Boston to get that hand checked out again. And down goes Betts as he is up and okay.
I can't say, hey Remy, you can't say Farrell either. 28 years I've been doing this.
And you just found out today. How about that?
Now I get the yips.
June 28, 2015.
I can't talk.
1-2 pitches in the dirt. I had one over here. The Tigers.
The what?
The Detroit Tigers.
Detroit Tigers.
Right. It's not with an AS at the end. There's an ERS at the end of Tigers.
Tigers?
Yes.
You'll never hear me say the Tigers.
You'll hear Tigers. Field. And over to make the catch is Geyer. That ends the inning. Time now for the mid-fifth studio show presented by GMC. Adam? With the Red Sox on top 4-0, and we head into the last of the fifth inning. It is the bottom third of the Rays order. Mark Krause, Brandon Geyer, And Rene Rivera to face Justin Masterson has been very good so far today. And a 1, 2, 3, 4th inning. Back out there for the 5th.
Now, so far in this game, Masterson has had very good movement on his fastball. The velocity's been up a tick. The breaking ball has been outstanding. Good fastball right there, 87 at the bottom of the strike zone, but it looks like it has a little more life on it than what we saw previous to going on in the save list.
That one dips down low, and he's now thrown 70 pitches. Ball's behind here, 2-1 to Krause, who struck out swinging in the 2nd inning. Lifts it in the air to shallow center. Bogart's backpedaling, calling, and look out. He'll make the catch, but he had Mookie Betts right in behind him. And makes the grab for the first out of the inning. Red Sox suites and premium packages provide a VIP experience for you and your guests. Call 877-RED-SOX-9 or email premiumsales@redsox.com for more information.
Most of the time you see the center fielder Mookie Betts call off Bogarts on that play, but Bogarts would have none of it because he was waving his hands and arms and making sure that he was going to make the play.
Brandon Guyer is 0 for 1 in this game. Lined out to Mookie Betts in center in the 2nd inning. Off the glove that time of Masterson, slowed it down, and Marrero can't do anything with it. So Guyer will reach on an infield hit.
Yeah, Masterson upset with himself. He didn't make that play because it was one of those high bounces, and you know, at least on a high bounce you have a chance, and he got a glove on it, and that's the disappointing part for Masterson. Right there, deflects off the glove, and once it does that, you get no chance really to get Guyer at first base because he can run well. Fair-handed attempt by Marrero.
1 out, 1 on, and Rene Rivera the batter. Rivera with a home run yesterday. Red Sox infield here, double play depth with 1 out and 1 on. Today, Rivera struck out his only at bat. Struck out swinging in the 3rd. Throw to first, and seemed to be surprised was Guyer.
Yeah, good throw to first there. You want to let Guyer know you're still aware, even though you got a 4-0 lead, that he's over there and that he can run. You don't want him getting too big a lead.
Fly ball left field, playable for De Aza. And Alejandro puts it away for out number 2. Guyer back to the bag at first. Well, don't miss WB Mason Extra Innings Live right after the game. Adam Power and Tim Wakefield break down the game, and you'll hear from Justin Masterson. Whatever, whenever, wherever. Who but WB Mason? 2 outs, Guyer at first, and as Drupal Cabrera, former Cleveland Indian, standing in. Single to left in the 1st, was caught trying to steal, grounded out to first base in the 3rd inning. This one gets away from Swihart, and Guyer to second base.
We mentioned the big break on the breaking ball today for Masterson, and this one breaks so much that Swihart can only get the tip of the webbing of the glove on it.
Charge pass ball to Swihart.
That's a tough one right there to get a pass ball on. It's because it was a swing and miss, I guess. Take one more look at the pitch that they got the pass ball on Swihart, and it was a breaking ball, and you see how far he has to go to try to make this play, and it tips off the end of the glove. It's hard to give him a wild pitch in that because you had a swing and miss on it.
The 80th pitch coming up here for Masterson, and it is fouled back to the screen. deck for the Rays, Grady Sizemore, as they bat here in the 5th inning. Red Sox got 2 in the 2nd and 2 in the 4th for Masterson. Enjoying a 4-0 advantage right now in the bottom of the 5th inning. On the ground up the middle and into center field, a base hit. Geyer being waved around. He will score, and the Rays get their first run of the day. A 2-out RBI single for Asdrubal Cabrera.
You know, we were saying when we came into the series, how can Cabrera be hitting so low? I mean, average-wise, he's too good of a hitter, and he has hit very well in this series. That's one breaking ball he did not get down. It stayed up in the zone, and Cabrera's able to take it up the middle for the base hit. Geyer scores, and they are on the board now at 4-1.
2 down, Cabrera at first base. Grady Sizemore 1 for 2 today. Chops one foul outside of first in his Tampa Bay Rays debut. Signed a minor league contract with the Rays after he got released by the Phillies on June the 1st. Sitting at 261 in the minor leagues with the Rays before arriving here today. Called up. Again, the 46th different player used by Tampa Bay this year. That's a fly ball out to center field, sending Mookie Betts back. Mookie will get there in front of the track to make the catch. It ends the inning. But the Rays get on the board with a run. It is 4-1 Boston at the end of 5. Bit by Brock Holt laid down, but a foul ball for Holt to begin things here in the 6th inning with the Red Sox on top 4-1.
Looked like Brock trying to pull that ball down or drag that pitch down the first base side. Got the breaking ball, and a lot of times, as I mentioned, that breaking ball throws the timing off of a bunt.
The 0-1 pitch. Down low, 1-1. Holt 0 for 2 today. Struck out swinging, grounded out to first base. In there for strike 2.
A changeup right there. Not too many changeups today from Archer. Mostly fastballs and sliders, but a few mixed in.
Swing and a miss. Holt goes after that high fastball at 95 miles an hour. That's 9 strikeouts now for Archer.
That's good pitching. Changing eye level, going from the sinker that's down to the changeup that's down to the fastball that's up.
It's time now for the Geico Red Sox moment. All season long, Geico will highlight the 1975 Red Sox in honor of their 40th anniversary. 77th game of the 75 season. Sox lost to the Indians 3-2. Yaz went 2 for 4. Hit a home run for the Red Sox. 1 out for Xander Bogaerts. Xander struck out in the first, single the center in the fourth, came around to score.
Sure, when I go back to Aruba this year, as we look at Alexia Gondo warming up. And
Aruba?
Yeah, I go, huh?
You're going to go to Aruba?
Aruba. Not for crying out loud. What's wrong with that?
You vacation in Aruba.
Aruba.
Every year you like to go to Aruba.
They'll all be laughing at me when I get down there because of Bogaerts. And I love those people. They love me. I'm a big tipper. They say, oh, I'm gonna walk in the casino, and the guy behind the bar is gonna start laughing at me. You say, see the Bogaerts, and I'm gonna say, what's wrong with that?
This is down the right field line, and it is a fair ball for Xander Bogaerts. He's headed to second base, and Bogaerts has got himself a 1-out double.
Multiple hit game, 5-game hitting streak now for Bogaerts as he takes that ball to the opposite field, which he's done so well this season, and in particular over the last month. That ball up and away, and Bogaerts just going right with it. He's got an excellent swing to the opposite field. Great fundamentals. Head on the baseball, keeps his shoulder in, and drives the ball on the line that way most of the time.
Now he stands at second base with 1 out, and David Ortiz another chance here against Chris Archer after he homered off Archer in the 4th inning. Now for David, his 12th home run of the year. The time put the Red Sox on top 4-0. Red Sox with 3 home runs today. Sandoval, De Aza, and Ortiz. David's a 2-run shot.
Pitching carefully the first 2 pitches to Ortiz. He keeps them both fastballs away from him with first base open.
First time Archer's ever given up 3 home runs in an outing. Ortiz gets time as Archer backs off. This one will get away, and heading for third base is Bogaerts as he slides head first and gets here without a problem, as it turns out.
Yeah, slider that gets away from Rivera, the catcher, and Bogaerts up a base to third. And now Ortiz will probably have the green light here on 3-0, but no guarantee he's going to get a fastball on that counter anywhere close to the plate. So we'll see what happens here, but I'm sure he's got the green light. Infield in on that pull side.
The shift and tight on the right side. 3-0 the count to Ortiz. And he takes, and that is ball 4. So down to first goes Ortiz.
Yeah, really no intention there to pitch to David as we look at the pitch sequence from Archer. And the first couple of pitches are going to be away from him. 2 fastballs up and away. And at this point with first base open, he's trying to get David to chase a bad pitch. Then he goes to the breaking ball. The slider that gets away from Rivera allows Bogaerts to go to third base. And then a 3-0 slider, knowing that he had the green light, and David lays off it.
Jim Hickey, the pitching coach, out there to talk to Archer. Stay tuned following WB Mason Extra Innings Live, a Red Sox final presented by Uno's. Adam Pellerin and Tim Wakefield with highlights from the big name pitchers throwing across Major League Baseball today. 2 on, 1 away, and Pablo Sandoval coming up here to face Archer for the 3rd time today. Sandoval homered off him in the 2nd inning, struck out in the 4th inning.
Signs putting down by the catcher in case there is a double steal, what they're going to do with the baseball.
Chris Archer's pitching line is brought to you by your Eastern Lexus dealers. 5 1/3, 5 hits, 4 runs, a walk, and 9 Ks. He's given up 3 home runs today. Pitch 99 coming up for Archer. Ball and a strike to Sandoval. Up and away, not close. That would have been a total of 6 in a row. 7 in a row actually retired by Archer when Bogaerts doubled. And the walk of Ortiz, first and third, 1 out. And Archer with his 101st pitch of his outing to Pablo Sandoval. Reaches out and pokes it foul to even the count at 2-2. Action for the Rays. Xavier Cedeno up in the pen. Bogaerts at third, Ortiz at first with 1 out here in the 6th inning. Sandoval hits it in the air to left field, down the line to Jesus, over towards the corner to make the catch. Right at the 3:15 marker, tagging at third and scoring is Xander Bogaerts, and into second is David Ortiz, and the Red Sox are able to take a 5-1 lead.
When the ball left the bat, it looked like Sandoval had a chance for his 2nd home run of the day. Instead, he gets the sacrifice fly, gets the run home, and gets Ortiz. Good base running by Ortiz. Obviously not the fastest guy in the world, but realizes it's going to be deep. It's either going to be a home run or be caught. So he tags at first base, and he goes to second and gets in scoring position. So a good job by David. There's Bogaerts tagging at third base. He doesn't have to rush because he knows he's not going to be out at home. And Ortiz heading into scoring position at second base.
So Ortiz in scoring position, and here's Devin Marrero. They swing and a miss for strike 1. Marrero struck out swinging in his first at bat in the 4th inning. Took over in the batting order for Mike Napoli, who had been ejected after striking out in the 2nd inning. He's ejected for arguing balls and strikes. Marrero 6'1", 194 pounds. He turned 25 in August. Two and 1 now to Marrero. Did it go? No. As they check with Mark Carlson, the first base umpire. Archer wants a new baseball and gets one. Marrero was a Cape Cod League All-Star in 2011, his 2nd season with Catuit. And the Red Sox first-round pick in 2012. Flips it foul off to the right out of play, and it's 2-2 to Marrero. For every Red Sox game that goes into extra innings or the Sox get a save, CVS Pharmacy will make a donation to Children's Hospital towards a $25,000 commitment once again this season. CVS Pharmacy, the official pharmacy of the Boston Red Sox. Swing and a miss as Marrero strikes out on the 96-mile-an-hour fastball. Red Sox add a run, take a 5-1 lead to the bottom of the 6th inning. Get a run in the top of the 6th inning, and we'll take a look at Justin Masterson's pitching line. It's brought to you by Ace Ticket. 5 innings, 5 hits, a run. It was unearned, no walks and 6 strikeouts for Masterson. Ended up throwing 84 pitches in his outing today. As Alexia Gondo into the game here is Evan Longoria leading it off here against Gondo. And he'll take a strike over the outside corner. This call to the bullpen is brought to you by Kia. .32 appearance, 2-0, the 3.09 earned run average. As Longoria takes strike 2.
A very strong outing by Masterson today. Done well. 5 innings in the game. A good way to get his feet wet back at the major league level. You look at the remaining numbers on Gondo.
Evan Longoria, David DeJesus, and Logan Forsythe to bat here in the 6th inning. Full count now to Evan Longoria. Single and a strikeout to this point of the game for Longoria. Red Sox into the pen for the 6th inning. Gondo pitching on Friday. Retired the only batter he faced. And Joey Butler in the 9th inning. Kept the score tied at the time, 2-2. And he walks Longoria to begin things here in the 6th inning.
Now let's go back to the 2nd inning for a recap of the big inning for the Red Sox. Sandoval going to the opposite field for a home run, his 7th of the season. The Napoli getting thrown out of the pitch that was very borderline on the outside part of the plate. A very quick hook that time by the home plate umpire. De Aza with the home run. That was on a changeup, and Ortiz gets a slider in the 4th inning and loses it. So a lot of the scoring going on in the 2nd and the 4th. The Red Sox added 1 in the 6th.
Well, line drive base hit into right field for DeJesus as Longoria takes second base, and so far Gondo has walked a batter, given up a single, and the first two have reached for Tampa Bay here in the 6th inning.
Those walks really hurt. The leadoff walk, you got a 5-1 lead in the ball game. That's the last thing you want to do. And you had the base hit by DeJesus, so they got something going. The Rays do with nobody out.
Number 11, Logan Forsythe.
You surprised to see Masterson come out as early as he did?
I thought he maybe had one more in him. His pitch count wasn't all that high, if I'm not mistaken.
84.
84. I thought he had one more in him.
Two on, nobody out. And Logan Forsythe, the batter, he has been hit by a pitch, grounded out to third base. And he takes strike one. Longoria at second. DeJesus at first. There is strike two.
Good live fastball at 96 from Ogando.
Forsythe, who has been hot lately in the last 12 games, raised his average from 254 up to 299. There's a 6-game hitting streak coming into today's action. Flares it foul off to the right. We'll do it again, 1-2. H.B. Hood salutes the Red Sox Foundation for its commitment to 4,900 accredited charities throughout New England. A walk for Evan Longoria, a single to right for David DeJesus. 2 on, nobody out for Tampa Bay. Going away, 2-2. Ogando entering this outing with a 9 1/3 scoreless streak. Held opponents during that time to a 133 average. Last 9 appearances. Forsythe strikes out looking. Just got the outside corner apparently, as there's the first strikeout for Ogando. First out for Ogando.
Yeah, surprising Forsythe with the slider that time. Swihart sets up away, gets the breaking ball away, and a little bit of a generous call there for Ogando. Tough, man. I'll tell you, in the day of baseball right now, 2 strikes, you got to be swinging on anything close. You just don't know which way it's going to go.
Steven Souza Jr. standing in. Do you agree with the theory, though, that more stuff side to side is being called a strike than before?
Absolutely. We talked about this the other day. I think low, high, and side to side. I think the whole plate is getting bigger. I really do. We noticed that in spring training down. A lot of high fastballs were being called that you never saw called before.
This is popped up mile high up by the catwalks, and it'll end up in the seats.
You know, there was a time where the strike zone was a complete joke. I mean, you couldn't throw a ball above the belt and have it be called a strike. It was from the top of the knees to the belt buckle. And that's where the strike zone was, and that was ridiculous. And you know, finally they've started to inch it back up a little bit where it should be. But they've gone to the extremes, it seems like, high and east and west.
Two balls and a strike now to Souza Jr. Fourth batter that Ogando has faced since coming into the game here in the bottom of the 6th inning. Longoria at second, DeJesus at first with 1 out. Popped up, sending Holt back and over into foul ground. Infield fly rule in effect as he makes the catch. 2 down. Well, tonight at 5:30, tune in to the Ultimate Red Sox Show presented by AAA. Hear from General Manager Ben Cherington on the state of the Sox, and Team President and CEO Larry Lucchino talks about retiring Pedro's number. That's tonight at 5:30, and it's right here on NESN. 2 on, 2 outs, and Mark Krause the batter. He struck out swinging, popped out to the shortstop, 0 for 2. Grounder foul down towards the pen.
I'm really looking forward to that Pedro retirement day because that's going to be a special occasion at Fenway Park. The electricity he brought to that ballpark as a pitcher will be the same that day when they retire his number.
And of course, he'll be in Cooperstown to be inducted into the Hall of Fame just a couple days before that. The 1 pitch is up and away, and it's a ball and a strike. Geyer waiting on deck with 2 down here in the 6th inning. Gondo trying to pitch his way around a leadoff walk, then a single to begin this inning. In the dirt and sliding to his right to block that was Blake Swihart.
Nice job there by Swihart as he slides to his right on his shin guards and is able to make the play. Keep those runners off second and third. Keep 2 men out of scoring position instead of having 1 there.
Pickoff play at second base, but Gondo just steps off. Bogart's kind of cheating in behind the runner at second in Longoria. Krause with a foul tip into the catcher's mitt for strike 2. Masterson going the first 5 here today. 5 hits, a run. Didn't walk anybody, and he struck out 6 in his outing. Needs some help from the bullpen. Red Sox have a 5-1 lead. Krause with a swing and a miss, and a Gondo strikes out Krause. So he does work his way around to walk and a single to begin the inning. 5-1 Boston after 6. Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now at southwest.com. Well, the Red Sox have a 5-1 lead as we head here into the 7th inning. And a new pitcher on for the Rays. Xavier Cedeno comes into the game for Tampa Bay. His 28th appearance of the year, 1-0, the 2.76 earned run average. 16 and a third innings, 13 strikeouts, 7 walks, and opponents hitting at .309 against Cedeno. Takes over for Chris Archer. Alejandro De Aza taking ball 1. De Aza hit a solo home run in the 2nd inning, struck out swinging in the 4th inning. Jonathan Arroyo up in the Red Sox pen. Pitch outside for ball 2, 2-1. The 2-1 pitch is in there for a strike, and it's 2-2. De Aza, Swihart, and Bradley Jr. to face Cedeno here in the inning. Chris Archer went 6 innings, 5 hits, 5 runs, a walk, and 10 Ks. And for the first time in his career, gave up 3 home runs in and out. Here's a fly ball, sky to center. Brandon Guyer coming in on it. He'll make the catch for the first out of the 7th inning. Well, it's time now to check out the results of our Dunkin' Donuts poll question today. We asked, should MLB institute an in-game pitch clock? And the answer is yes. 56% felt there should be a pitch clock, as there is currently in the minor leagues. One down here in the 7th inning. Blake Swihart, the batter, 0 for 2. Struck out swinging in the 2nd, lined out to the first baseman in the 5th inning. Time called. Swihart backing out. And a swing and a miss, 0-2.
Breaking ball that time from Cedeno to run the count, no balls and 2 strikes over the top curveball. Red Sox saw sliders and obviously a right-hander from Archer, but this now they get the lefty and the curveball. Another one.
Did he go? No. They check with Mark Carlson, the first base umpire.
I think Swihart did hold up on that swing.
SpongeBob hanging out here at the ballpark today.
That's great.
1-2 pitch down and in, and it is 2-2 now. All kinds of stuff going on here when you come here to the Trop.
My goodness.
You got DJ Kitty, who's on the scoreboard.
It's like a carnival. I mean, it's you know, I don't know. I don't get it, man.
Two is low. I mean,
it starts a half hour before game time, and that's when we, get ready to, doing our work and trying to tape and open and all that stuff, and it just builds. The noise builds and builds and builds and builds until we can't even hear ourselves do the open, and they get all kind of stuff going on.
Line to left for Swihart, and this will get down quickly through to the track and the wall. DeJesus digs it out, but Swihart into second base with a 1-out double. It's time for a game break, brought to you by Jordan's, the furniture store of the Boston Red Sox. Adam? Adam, thanks very much. Yeah, the Blue Jays and the Red Sox saw that lineup recently at home, and now they'll be going to Toronto.
That's as good a lineup as we've seen in the American League East, that's for sure. And Red Sox saw that firsthand at Fenway Park.
Blake Swihart at second base with one out. Here's Jackie Bradley Jr. for his third at bat of the day. Line to right and struck out looking. Archer had 10 strikeouts in 6 innings of work. Ronald Belisario up in the pen now for Tampa Bay. So Daniel falling behind here, 2-0. Now missing up top, 3-0 to the number 9 man, Jackie Bradley Jr. There's a strike right at the top of the zone. Diaz flied out to center. Swihart doubled down the line and left, and on deck for the Red Sox, Mookie Betts. Grounder foul, full count. So Daniel battling his way back. 2.76 ERA for Cedeno in 27 appearances since joining the Rays. Jim Hickey, his pitching coach, looking on from the Rays dugout. Payoff pitch. And Bradley bloops one out towards right field. Souza Jr. on the move will get there, and having to remain at second is Swihart with now 2 down in the 7th inning. But Wednesday at 5, you won't want to miss Bruins Summer Face-Off Live. After a busy draft week of trades and additions, we'll have a complete recap of what went down and who you need to know. Bruins Summer Face-Off Live is presented by your local New England Nissan dealers. Two outs with Swihart at second base, and here's Mookie Betts, who they're not going to pitch to. They'll put Mookie on with first base open and go after Brock Holt. So the intentional walk here of Betts.
That seems to make sense. Lefty against lefty. You're down by four runs in the ball game. Why let Betts get a not bat and drive in a run when you can take your opportunities or chances with Brock Holt at the plate? Of course, Brock Holt handles lefties pretty well, but playing the percentages right here.
So the intentional walk to Mookie Betts has runners at first and second with 2 down. That'll bring up Brock Holt. 0-for-3 in this game. He was struck out, grounded out, and then struck out again. All that was against Chris Archer. There's strike one to Holt. Swihart at second, Betts at first with 2 outs here in the 7th inning. Archer on the hook today, and Chris Archer came into this game 9-4 with a 2.01 earned run average, but he gets touched for 5 runs in 6 innings, including 3 home runs.
It's amazing how certain teams have the number of a certain pitcher, and the Red Sox Certainly that's the case against Archer.
It was just 1-5 coming into the outing today against Boston. Bolts ahead here 2-1 with 2 outs and 2 on. Fifth pitch for Cedeno, and Holt fouls it off to the left, and it's now 2-2.
2-1 breaking ball of Brock Holt. Brock expecting a fastball in that count, 2-1, but doesn't get it, and does a pretty good job fouling it off, but not a pitch that he could drive.
Swihart at second, Betts at first with 2 down here in the 7th inning. Holt will lift it in the air to right center field. Geyer and Souza. It'll be Geyer who gets there to make the catch. Red Sox strand a pair. 7th inning stretch. Boston on top 5-1. Southwest Airlines. Book your low fare now on Southwest.com. Nissan. Get the Nissan drive of your life for exciting performance and bonus cash. Shop ChooseNissan.com. Digital Federal Credit Union. See what DCU can save you. Your local Subaru dealers. Your local New England Ford dealers. And by the Kia Sorrento. Today's game summary is brought to you by Xfinity. Masterson going 5 innings. Minimum required to make himself eligible for a victory. Gave up a run, but it was unearned. David Ortiz, part of the 3-home run attack for Boston. As the other home runs for the Red Sox in this game, Pablo Sandoval with a home run, and Alejandro De Aza with a home run. Chris Archer going 6 innings, giving up 5 earned runs, 10 strikeouts in the game for Archer, but he is on the hook. As Dribble Cabrera 2 for 3 with an RBI single, driving in the only run that the Rays have. Here's Jonathan Arroyo into the game here for Boston. Second appearance, a 6.75 earned run average. 2 strikeouts, no walks. As Arroyo appearing here in his second game in a Red Sox uniform, takes over for Alexia Gondo. Gondo going an inning, giving up a hit. No runs, a walk, and 2 Ks. And there is DJ Kitty.
Yeah,
one of Jerry's favorites.
Yeah, DJ Kitty. The Rays dancers. Cheesehead, whoever he is.
SpongeBob.
Yeah.
He's a sponge. He's not cheese.
There's a lot of stuff going on here at the old Trop.
Cinderella.
At least they enjoy it. That's what it's all about.
That's the key.
Yeah.
Think the Red Sox have ever considered having dancers? Red Sox dancers at Fenway?
Please. I would hope never. Not in my lifetime, anyway. I don't want to see that at Fenway Park. There's a lot of things I don't want to see.
Brandon Geyer.
I don't want to see those dumb races. I can't stand those races with ketchup and mustard and
drives you nuts.
I can't stand that.
Yeah. I know it bothers you.
They got a real tired one here too. I mean, they're like going 4 miles an hour and they're knocking each other over, and it's just, I don't find it funny.
You don't think it's real? You think it's fake?
Oh no, it's not real.
Geyer lines this into left center field, sharply hit. And way back towards the track, run down by Betts, but into second base goes Geyer with a double to begin things here in the bottom of the 7th inning.
Geyer's a nice player. You know, he really is. Had that home run in the ball game yesterday. 2 for 3 here today as he lines that double down in that corner in left center field.
Kind of curious move here with a row coming into the game.
I thought they'd try to get 2 out of Agondo in this game today, but I think he threw more pitches in the 6th than what they were hoping for. And now you see Tazawa warming up.
He just did throw his first pitch, so he is just up now in the pen. There is Rivera, who will take a pitch in the dirt for ball 1. Rivera struck out in the 3rd, flied out to left in the 5th. Had a home run yesterday. He is 4th of the year. And he lines this down the left field line. It is a foul ball. The home run yesterday by Rene Rivera, part of a Rays victory here yesterday.
Hit that one off Matt Barnes yesterday. A fastball from Barnes, and Rivera took it out of the ballpark.
Geyer at second base, nobody out here in the bottom of the 7th inning. And a swing and a miss. Got him off balance there, 2-2.
Good change up that time from Moreau.
Moreau making his major league debut last Thursday against Baltimore at home.
Fastball, slider, changeup.
A Dominican native, his first major league stint of his career.
You know what reminds me of facially? Bartolo Colon.
On the ground down the third baseline, Sandoval had a change direction. His throw is going to be in time. See if the Rays challenge out a close play at first base. Sandoval able to get it there as Geyer takes third base. They'd have the catcher running in Rivera.
Yeah, nice play by Sandoval as he has to charge this ball and get rid of it very quickly. See how he rounds himself toward first base, but then has to reach back with his glove because the ball spun away from him. He's trying to get in position to throw, but watch the ball bounce. It bounces back to his right, so he made a really good play there.
So 1 out, Geyer taking third base. They shift on the right side here on Asdrubal Cabrera. Cabrera with 2 hits from the top spot in the Rays order today. Joins Brandon Geyer, who also has a multi-hit performance today for Tampa Bay. Two and 0. Now backing up a few steps is Devin Marrero, the second baseman, into short right. This will be grounded foul off the facing of the Rays dugout. Now Cabrera with a swing and a miss. He's got a 125 average with runners in scoring position. Ranks lowest in the American League and second lowest in the majors. As he bats here with Geyer at third base.
Yeah, as we mentioned, you know, he's had a horrible start to the season, but he's starting to warm up now.
Guyer at third with 1 out.
Looks like the changeup.
And it's foul back below us.
It is, and a good job by Cabrera to foul that pitch off. He was off balance, way out of his front foot, but he's still was able to make contact and foul it straight back.
In on the hands and popped up foul. Brock Holt racing over and leaning into the crowd, but no play. Brock with a good diving effort into that first row, but it was beyond that first row.
Yeah, at that point there, the stands get on you pretty quick. There's not a lot of room down in that area right there. Brock Holt making an effort, crushing some guy as he makes that attempt, then spits on his chair.
Take that.
I'm going to crush you, and then I'm going to sit in your seat.
Yeah.
On deck is Grady Sizemore in his Rays debut today. Payoff pitch to Cabrera. Line towards the gap in right center field. That'll get down quickly to the track in the wall. Guyer can jog home. Cabrera is thinking 3. They're having trouble getting it out of that right center field area. And a third without a problem is Cabrera, his 3rd hit of the day. And it's now 5-2. Red Sox have the lead. The Rays making some noise here in the 7th.
Yeah, I don't like the way this is going right now. I think it's time for Tazawa if he's ready. Ball in the gap right here. Fastball away. He hooks it. Picks up his 3rd hit of the day, as Don mentioned, all the way to the wall. And then a little bobble out here by Jackie Bradley. And that's going to allow Cabrera to go to 3rd base. So I would guess they give him a double and an E9 to get him to 3rd base.
John Farrell out there to get the baseball. The pitching change here from Tropicana Field in St. Pete as the Rays have gotten a run back. It's now 5-2 as Tazawa comes in. Five to 2. Red Sox have the lead. Here's a liner to left field by Grady Sizemore, as coming in from 3rd base is Asdrubal Cabrera, and just like that, it is a 2-run game. Now 5-3. The Red Sox on top.
Well, Sizemore wasting no time as he jumps on the first pitch from Tazawa and shoots it to the opposite field. So A nice debut for him in a Rays uniform. He's had 2 hits today. He gets the fastball away and just takes it to the opposite field. Now Sizemore basically a pull hitter, but that time going to the opposite field.
Closes the book on Jonathan Arroyo. Went to third of an inning, giving up 2 hits and 2 runs. Now Sizemore at first base with a good size lead as Longoria stands in, representing the tying run. And Longoria will take ball 1. Tazawa into the game here for Boston, the 4th pitcher of the day for the Red Sox. 36th appearance, 0-3 with a 2.76 earned run average. Opponents hitting at .220 against Tazawa. Pitched in Friday night's game here at Tampa Bay, going an inning and a third. All pitches down and away to Longoria so far. Wonder if he'll have the green light. Takes strike 1. 5 runs, 6 hits, an error for Boston. 3 runs, 9 hits. No errors for Tampa Bay. Longoria hits a high fly ball to center field. Mookie Betts settles underneath it and makes the catch for the 2nd out of the inning. Did you miss today's all-new episode of NESN Clubhouse? Stay tuned following Red Sox coverage for the encore presentation. NESN Clubhouse is presented by Delta Dental of Massachusetts. Two down here in the 7th inning with Grady Sizemore at first base and David DeJesus the batter. Holding on Sizemore.
And one thing John Farrell is hoping for, that Tazawa can get out of this inning without throwing a lot of pitches. That would set him up for the 8th inning, and of course Uehara for the 9th.
Throw to first and back to the bag is Sizemore.
Sizemore does not have the speed, obviously, that he once did, but can still run.
Jammed and a pop-up foul backing out of play. Well, tomorrow at 6, don't miss Red Sox first pitch presented by Joseph Abboud, available at Men's Warehouse. TC Eck and Steve Lyons will preview the Sox upcoming 4-game series against the Blue Jays. Red Sox chartering to Toronto after the ball game here today in St. Pete. In there for strike 2.
See if at 2 strikes now Tazawa goes back to that split-fingered fastball. Nope, fastball away.
Down the left field line, De Aza running over towards the seats will not have a play. Logan Forsythe waiting on deck. 2 down here in the bottom of the 7th inning for Tampa Bay. They've scored twice. To get back within 2. Red Sox have a 5-3 lead. Tying run at the plate. They're going to try to elevate here on DeJesus with a fastball. They did, but he didn't chase.
And most of the time when they elevate on a fastball, they come back with a splitter. We'll see what happens. Back to the splitter.
And DeJesus strikes out on it to end the inning. But the Rays get 2 runs. Back in it again. It's 5-3 Boston as we head to the 8th. Change in performance, and Mike Napoli perhaps may have changed his game, and he stayed in the game, but ejected from the game back in the 2nd inning after arguing with Trip Gibson, the home plate umpire. Xander Bogaerts to lead it off here for the Red Sox in the 8th as Ronald Belisario into the game here for Tampa Bay, their 3rd pitcher of the day. Belisario's 4th appearance without a record, 5.79 earned run average. When it's hitting at 222 against Belisario. Out his first runs as a Ray on Monday against Toronto in his 3rd appearance. He's called up on June the 17th to make his Rays debut against Washington that night. Been pitching at AAA Durham this year. Grounded to 3rd. Longoria backed up on it. His throw is off the line, but the tag applied by Krause on Bogaerts on the way by for the first out of the 8th.
Yeah, Belisario basically is a ground ball type pitcher, and he gets the ground ball right there from Bogaerts. Throw a little bit off target, but in plenty of time to get Bogaerts at first base. You see Longoria backing up, and the infielders hate to do that, back up, but that time he absolutely had to, and he had time to make the throw. That's the key.
1 out here in the 8th inning for David Ortiz. David gets a called strike there he disagrees with, and you can see why, as Chip Gibson making that call. Appeared to be away. See how far Rivera had to move it back to the zone. David grounded out to second in the second, hit a 2-run home run in the 4th inning, walked in the 6th inning. Home run, his 12th of the year. RBI is 34 and 35. Belisario taking over for Xavier Cedeno in an inning, giving up a hit, no runs, a walk. Was intentional as he walked Mookie Betts intentionally. Did not strike anybody out. All the runs the Red Sox have charged to the Rays starter Chris Archer. 5 runs in 6 innings. Through 107 pitches here today, and he is on the hook. Ortiz to right field as Souza Jr. now coming in on it. He'll put it away for out number 2 of the inning. Now tomorrow at 6:30, don't miss Red Sox Game Day Live presented by DCU. TC Eka and Steve Lyons will recap Jason Varitek's golf tournament. DCU, Digital Federal Credit Union. What can DCU save you? 2 outs in the 8th inning for Pablo Sandoval. A couple of RBIs today. First, a solo home run in the 2nd inning. Struck out in the 4th and a sacrifice fly in the 6th inning. Now a roller foul over by the on-deck circle. Right side and into right field, a base hit for Sandoval. And his 2nd hit of the day, a 2-out base hit for Sandoval.
Very nice day. The home run, the sacrifice fly, a strikeout sandwich in between those two, and now the single with 2 outs in the 8th inning. That ball down, a sinking fastball, and puts it between 1st and 2nd. As we mentioned, Belisario basically a ground ball type pitcher, and a couple in this inning.
There's Devin Marrero, 0 for 2 in his first 2 at-bats in the big leagues. Struck out swinging in the 4th, struck out swinging in the 6th, both times against Chris Archer. Fouled off. Got a piece of Rene Rivera, the catcher, or to get the home plate umpire. I guess got the home plate umpire, Trip Gibson.
I think it did get Gibson. As you'll hear it, you'll see it come back up over the glove of Rivera and right off the bottom of the chin. It looked like of Gibson. Check all the equipment, make sure it's all in one piece. Get it back on and play baseball.
Marrero fouls it off down the right field line. Still 1-2. Set sail on the Boston Bruins Foundation Harbor Cruise on July 22nd from 6 to 9 p.m. Enjoy live music and dancing with Bruins alumni, ice girls, and special guests. Get your tickets now. Proceeds go to the 2015 Bruins Foundation Pan Mass Challenge team. 1-2 pitch. And Marrero grounds it foul. Stays alive. Alejandro De Aza waiting on deck. 2 down here in the top half of the 8th inning. Devin Marrero in the minor leagues hitting at .256. Parts of 4 minor league seasons. Played this year to this point for the Paw Sox. Hitting at .241 this year. Ground ball right side to Forsythe at second base, who retires Marrero and ends the top of the 8th inning. It's on to the bottom of the 8th. Red Sox have a 5-3 lead. Here into the bottom of the 8th inning. Zawa back out on the mound here for the Red Sox. Got 2 outs in the 7th inning. There is strike 1 into Logan Forsythe to begin things here in the 8th inning. Forsythe has been hit by a pitch in the game, grounded out to third, and struck out looking. Dips down a little bit low. Kirby Yates now up in the pen for Tampa Bay, a right-hander. That'll drop in there for a strike over the outside corner.
We talked about that all year, Don. The fact that Tazawa will use back-to-back curveballs, which he almost never did. He doubles up on the curveball this time and gets ahead in the count, 1 ball and 2 strikes. Back to the splitter, just down and out of the strike zone.
Rays with 3 runs. Masterson gave up 1. It was unearned. Jonathan Arroyo in a third of an inning gave up 2 runs. 2-2 pitch from Tazawa. And a swing and a foul that glances off of Swihart. Look out, Forsythe gets hit on the shoulder. So the lead runner on here for the Rays in the bottom of the 8th inning.
I tried to curveball again, and that one just slipped out of the hand of Tazawa, and the leadoff batter on here in the 8th inning. So this game has gotten tighter and tighter as we've gone along. It looked like it was going to be a nice, easy Red Sox win, maybe a 5-1 win, but right now the Rays right in it.
Carl Willis on the phone to get somebody up in the pen. Here is Steven Souza, who is 0 for 3 today. In there for strike 1. We're back to the fastball at 93.
Yeah, got to be very careful with Souza. You see the home run totals right there, 14 on the season.
Tommy Lane up in the pen right now for Boston. Arcina-Gondo, Arroyo, and Tazawa. Relief of Masterson. This one fouled off to the right out of play. 0-2 the count to Souza. Tazawa came in the 7th inning, gave up a base hit, scored a run that was charged to Arroyo. And he got Longoria to fly out. DeJesus struck out, but he hits Forsythe to begin this 8th inning. Now a pitch up and away. On deck, Mark Krause. Working towards the bottom of the Rays order here in the 8th inning. Outside at 94, 2-2. Forsythe at first base, held on by Brock Holt. He'll gain his lead now. Swing and a miss, and Souza strikes out. So there's the second strikeout for Tazawa. That's the first out of the 8th inning.
And a split-fingered fastball that time to Souza. That's the first one he saw in that at bat from Tazawa. They wanted to go away with it. Instead, it stays inside. Dangerous, but still no contact there from Souza.
We have a pinch hitter here, looks like, for Mark Krause, as Butler has come out on deck. So it'll be Joey Butler to pinch hit for Mark Krause. Butler 1 for 8 in the series. Tuesday, and an all-new Red Sox report. Go inside the draft room and catch up with the latest class of Red Sox scholars when this week's episode recaps the month of June. Don't miss the Red Sox report Tuesday at 5. Butler in his rookie season hitting at .317, 6 homers, 20 runs batted in. Represents a tying run here at the plate with 1 out. And he'll take ball 1. Now Brad Boxberger, the closer, is up for Tampa Bay along with Kirby Yates. Swing and a miss, 1-1.
Yeah, we've watched Butler this whole series, and he really is a free swinger. There's no pitch you can throw him too high or too low that he won't try for. That ball was elevated, the fastball that time, top of the strike zone.
He's had trouble lately, 2 for his last 16. Struck out 3 times yesterday, and fouls it off to the right, 1-2.
There's the high fastball that he chased. It is a strike, but it's above the belt. And then gets the pitch down a little bit lower and fouls it off.
Swing and a miss, and Butler goes chasing after 92-mile-an-hour fastball well out of the zone. 2 down.
And that's what we talked about, Don. I mean, the fact that, you can't throw it high enough for him. He'll chase everything up in that zone right there, and he does with 2 strikes. I don't quite get the strategy there. They had the left-handed Krause coming to the plate. It just didn't seem to make sense. Krause has the ability to hit the ball out of the ballpark and tie this ball game, and you put righty against righty and a free swinger up there. I don't know. I don't particularly understand the reasoning for that.
Well, the Red Sox closer getting ready. Uehara in the pen. Tommy Lane had been up. He now sits down. With 2 outs here in the 8th inning. Logan Forsythe at first, and Brandon Gyers had a good game. A couple of hits. Single and a double. And Kevin Cash electing to go with Butler, who struck out swinging. This one will get away from Swire, and up to second base goes Forsythe. Well down the third base line. No problem for Forsythe getting to second base.
So the potential 4th run for Tampa Bay now in scoring position. After the curveball from Tazawa bounces away.
Right side, and diving at second as Marrero gets up and he throws out Guyer. Nice play by Devin Marrero. Well, filling in at second base for the Red Sox and getting it done. We head to the 9th inning, 5-3 Red Sox. Fourth run of the game when Devin Marrero was able to make the play at second base. Take a look at the Toyota play of the game, and Marrero, known as a very good gifted shortstop, but at second base today and making a very good defensive play for the Red Sox. And Tazawa was fired up to get out of that inning unscathed as it turned out.
That's a great defensive play right there, but that saves a run and makes a big difference going into the bottom of the ninth inning if the Red Sox don't put any more on the board right here. Marrero always known for his defense. We've seen him in spring training the last couple of years. He can pick it.
Kirby Yates into the game now for Tampa Bay. Sixth appearance without a record. 3.86 earned run average. 6 Ks, no walks. But it's hitting at .333 against him as he pitches the beginning of the ninth inning. Alejandro De Aza takes strike one. Jake Elmore taking over at first base after Mark Krause was hit for by Joey Butler. Ended up striking out, so Elmore now at first. De Aza will take strike two. Ronald Belisario worked the eighth inning, going an inning giving up a hit. All the runs the Red Sox have charged to the starter today, Chris Archer. 5 runs in 6 innings. Did have 10 strikeouts today. Well, De Aza, one of the 3 home runs today for the Red Sox, got his 6th home run of the year, a solo shot back in the second inning. That was off Chris Archer.
That's exactly a place that Archer did not want to leave the changeup inside, and De Aza jumped all over it.
Staying away there from De Aza. 2-2. Followed by Blake Swihart and Jackie Bradley Jr. scheduled to bat in the top of the ninth. Red Sox trying to grab some room here, on top by 2 right now. This is through the shift on the right side into right field. A base hit for De Aza. His second hit of the day.
Well, see how the Red Sox play this now. I mean, they've got a couple of options. A straight out steal by De Aza, who can run a little bit, or maybe go to a sacrifice here with Swihart. De Aza gets the breaking ball, unable to find that hole between the shift. Very important leadoff man out for the Red Sox here in the ninth inning.
One sacrifice bunt this year for Blake Swihart. Good sized lead at first base for De Aza. Noticing was Yates, who goes over there.
Good way to get a look at his move too to first base. If you're not that familiar with him, get a big lead, a one-way lead, which means you're leading back toward the bag.
Yates taking a long time. Swihart gets time. Kirby Yates just called up on Tuesday from AAA Durham. Second stint of the year in the big leagues and with the Rays. Started the year on the opening day roster. Pitched in Friday night's game. Swihart not showing bunt and taking ball 1. New set of signs from Brian Butterfield in the third base coach's box. Two 2-0 to Swihart. Kevin Cash's team starting the day with a half-game lead over the New York Yankees in the American League East. Still a game under 500 at home, though. 21-22 to start the day. Doing the bulk of their damage away from Tropicana Field. They are 21-12 on the season, and Yates taking a very long time in between pitches. outside for ball 3, 3-0.
All 3 pitches away, almost like he's trying to get Swihart to hook the ball into the shift for a double play. But they haven't even been tempting for Swihart.
Swihart takes the strike right at the bottom of the zone, and it's 3-1. Make NESN.com a part of your daily routine. The region's #1 sports site is everything you need from comprehensive Red Sox coverage and the most Bruins content in New England. Get video and podcast found only on NESN.com. Lead runner on for the Red Sox here in the 9th inning. There goes Diaz at first. The pitch is a strike, and the throw. Diaz is safe at second base. Well, Asdrubal Cabrera thought he may have gotten him. We'll see. Kevin Cash coming out of the dugout here, and John Farrell's going to check on Diaz, who may have hurt himself on the slide.
I think they might check 2 things. They might check the replay, and also got to check Diaz. Diaz going in very hard with that head first slide into second base. No look back on the 3-1 count. He's going hard all the way. I don't know if it was on the tag that he got him.
Rays are challenging, by the way.
It seems to me like he was there and covered the bag. Let's see. Ooh, I don't know. Yeah, that's another one. You know, was his hand, his left hand or right hand on the bag, because then the tag came, and I know his upper part of the body was not there yet.
A little bit of blood there for Diaz.
Let's take a look. Does his hands have the bag yet? They might have passed, and I mean certainly covering the bag. There's no question about that. I'm not sure his right hand or left hand got the bag done.
No, it looks like he didn't have either on the bag at the time the bill of the helmet was tagged. He's all right, staying in the game at second base. Umpire review here still underway. A Band-Aid on that area. Looks like he got the helmet kind of jammed into his head on the tag, and that may have caused the injury there at second base. Call on the field right now is safe. We'll see if it is overturned.
The problem I'm having is I can't tell if the left hand tagged the bag. That's the problem.
He's now out at second base, so the challenge call reversed here.
And it's kind of as we anticipated. It looked like when he went into the head first slide, neither the right hand or the left hand tagged the bag, and then he was tagged by Cabrera on the chest and then covered the bag. Now watch the right hand and left hand. See how they spread? And then the tag comes on the side of the face. So he didn't get the bag with either hand.
One out here in the 9th inning. A 3-2 count to Blake Swihart, and he will strike out looking. Second out of the 9th. First strikeout for Yates. Things have turned around here pretty quickly, and what looked like is going to be a promising beginning to this inning.
Yeah, it certainly did. And the caught stealing, now the strikeout. Fell behind Swihart. 3 balls and no strikes, and comes back to get him. Yeah, no question about that. That's a good pitch.
And plenty of the plate. 2 down here in the 9th for Jackie Bradley Jr. In there for strike 1. 0 for 3 today for Bradley. His line to right, struck out looking, and fly to right. Looking ahead to the bottom of the 9th inning for the Rays. Rene Rivera, the catcher. 9-man scheduled to lead it off as Asdrubal Cabrera. Grady Sizemore, anybody gets on, and Evan Longoria will have a chance. Lined and caught at second base by Forsythe to end the top of the ninth. Well, it is Koji time. Red Sox have a 5-3 lead to the bottom of the ninth. Visit NESN's YouTube page to see all sorts of stories come alive in video. Visit youtube.com/NESN today. Bottom of the ninth inning back in St. Petersburg, Florida, as the Red Sox have a 5-3 lead over the Tampa Bay Rays. To the bottom of the ninth inning we go. And it is Koji Uehara into his 29th game of the year, 2-3 with a 3.24 earned run average, 15 out of 17 in save opportunities. Kevin Kiermaier pinch hitting here for the Rays, and he'll take strike one. So Kiermaier started the first game Friday, and yesterday off, and until now was off. 266, 4 homers, 15 runs batted in for Kiermaier. And a swing and a miss for strike two. Fastball that was up, elevated.
It only at 87 miles an hour, but threw it right by Kiermaier.
Rather keep him off the base paths. And Koji will. He strikes him out for the first out of the ninth inning. It's time to look ahead. The road ahead, brought to you by People's United Bank. And the Red Sox, after the ball game today, heading to Toronto for 4. Then back home, Houston and Miami. A couple off days during the homestand for the Red Sox. Then the Yankees come in before the All-Star break. Red Sox will start the second half of the season, the unofficial second half, on the West Coast. One out here in the ninth as Drupal Cabrera stands in. 3-hit day for the leadoff hitter for the Rays as he takes strike one. His hits a single to left, a single to center, and a double to left, driving in 2 runs. Uehara had a 1-2-3 10th inning. 2 strikeouts to get his 15th save in game 1 of this series. Did he go? No. Says Adam Hamari, third base umpire.
Somebody getting on Hamari from the Red Sox dugout because he was taking a look in there, and I think he held up, Don.
Yeah, I would say he did. Swing and a miss. He goes around there, and it's 2-2.
Not expecting the splitter there when he had the count in his favor, 2-1, but he gets it. And no contact. This ball actually bouncing into Swihart.
Change here in the alignment on the right side. The shift now has Sandoval in it on the right side. He comes from third base. 2-2. And it is fouled off. We'll do it again. Despite the fact Uehara has given up 8 runs in his last 8 innings, he's only given up 1 earned run in 13 save situations. That's in 12 2/3. He's been a different guy in save situations. Full count now. Struck out the pinch hitter Kiermaier to begin the inning. Now dealing with Asdrubal Cabrera. On the ground is Sandoval, is on the right side of the infield, and Pablo throws him out. 2 down in the 9th inning. Oh, bring up Grady Sizemore. His first day with the Tampa Bay Rays. Couple of hits today in his debut. Single to center, single to left, 2 for 4, and has an RBI. Sizemore trying to find his way on to give Evan Longoria a chance. And he tried to hold up, but he goes around for strike 1. Baffled on that first pitch. 11 total pitches, 8 strikes so far for Koji out of the pen. Sizemore to right field. Back goes Jackie Bradley Jr. at the track, at the wall. It's off the wall. Played by Betts on the ricochet, and Sizemore to second base with his 3rd hit of the day. This one's a double with 2 down in the 9th, and Longoria will have a chance.
Koji tried to sneak a fastball by him inside, and Sizemore was ready for it. There's that fastball, supposed to be away, stays out over the plate, and Jackie Bradley Jr. cannot track it down out there in right field. He's got a beat on it, but leaps and just crashes into the wall. So that does bring Longoria to the plate.
Potential tying run at the plate right now in Evan Longoria. Two for 21 against Uehara, and that includes 12 strikeouts along the way. He struck out on Friday night against Uehara as he takes strike 1. Sizemore at second, 2 down in the 9th inning. Longoria grounds it foul over by the Red Sox dugout. He's down 0-2. Uehara with 15 saves on the year, 62 saves in a Red Sox uniform. The 0-2 pitch. In the dirt, gets away from Swihart, and Sizemore will take third base.
Well, the important man right here is at the plate. Sizemore's run means nothing in this ball game right now. Concentration fully on Evan Longoria.
We'll try the splitter again here. The count of 1-2. And Longoria lifts it in the air to right field. Playable for Jackie Bradley Jr. over towards the line, and the Red Sox will win the game as he throws it back in. Didn't know how many outs there were. That's the ball game, Jackie Bradley. Red Sox win it.
Come on in, Jackie. Come on in.
Koji Uehara picks up the save as the Red Sox win it 5-3. And they're just letting Jackie Bradley Jr. know the game is over. It's 5-3. The Red Sox win it, and Koji able to finish it off. Boston coming in here to St. Pete and taking 2 out of 3 from the first place Tampa Bay Rays.
Here's Jackie on the last play. He makes a throw home. He's trying to get the man at home plate. The game's over. O-V-E-R. Over.
Over. It is over. as the Red Sox win it 5-3, and Adam Pellerin, they take 2 out of 3 here from St. Pete.
Series for the Cleveland Indians. First pitch tomorrow, 17 p.m. Ticket information, please visit RaysBaseball.com.